3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is K-Shoot. It is a rhythm game based on the arcade game Sound Voltex, which is in a few places in America, but it's mainly in Japan and other East Asia countries. The first thing you'll probably notice about this game is the monstrosity that I have on my lap. This is a K-Shoot controller, and it's more or less a replica of something you find in an actual arcade. Oops, okay. So the way that this game works is that there's a few different things that you have to do. I guess the main thing is these 4 columns of white buttons. Or sorry, white notes that I hit with the big white buttons. Then there are these orange notes, which I hit with 2 thumb buttons, and they sort of occupy the 2 halves of the screen. And then, finally about the knobs. Whenever you see one of these red or blue colored lines on screen, which there aren't any right now, but you'll see a little marker at the bottom. And using the knobs, I have to keep those markers within the lines. Hey, how's it going, PJ? Alright, not bad. So next up is this guy. And this has a pretty interesting gimmick. You'll really see that later on. Oh yeah, should have mentioned this beforehand. Especially with this song, I would not watch if you have, like, epilepsy or motion sickness. That would not be a good time going. So I will point out that this is something that's called a custom chart. Songs in this game really fall into 2 categories. One, like the one I last played, is a song that's actually in the arcade equivalent of this game and was sort of ported over. While this one was not in an arcade and made specifically for this game. Also, here's the fun part. Yeah, screen spins are a lot of fun in this game. See if I can get this. Nice. Those really fast knob slams are something that'll come up a couple times later. So now we're going to get into the 14s. Songs in Sound Voltex, at least, the arcade equivalent of this, have sort of a difficulty scale to give sort of an approximate difficulty for how hard it is. And that scale ranges from 1 to 16. Now, I will say that I can't do any 16 because I'm kind of bad. But I can do at least a dozen 15s. And that's mainly because the 15 rating is pretty interesting because it is such a wide range of difficulty. So there can be songs that are 15s that are really easy, but then other 15s that are, in my opinion, harder than 16. Alright, now for the next song, I'm going to enable a pretty interesting option called Random. And basically what it does is it randomizes the position of each of the columns of the notes. And it happens that this particular chart has a lot of buttons in it. So there's a chance here that I've never seen any of these patterns before, even though I have sort of a rough idea of what's going to happen. And due to the way Sound Voltex sort of works, random can be a bit treacherous because sometimes you get, like, ridiculously ED patterns, but other times you can get patterns that are, like, literally impossible. Like, your hand just can't stretch far enough. Yeah, I guess I didn't point this out, but each time you're holding down one of the orange buttons or turning a knob, the game plays a certain effect. And that can be low pass, high pass, Vic Crusher, flanger, pretty much whatever you want. And some of them, like Retrigger, for example, let's laser, okay. Some of them, like Retrigger, for example, actually sort of allow new possibilities for charting, and it's pretty neat. Alright, now this guy, so this is technically a 14, and it is by far the hardest, and pretty obnoxious. Actually, when this song first came out, it was rated as a 15, but in an update, they downgraded the rating. animal I play, exactly. Alright, this part is kind of difficult. Nice. Alright, so now, getting into the 15s. Hey, how's it going, Sonic? Oh, this is not the right one. I knew that. Okay. And, this is where sort of the bulk of the showcase begins, because, I don't want to say 15s are the only ones that look impressive, but, level 15 is where things stop becoming difficult. Alright, so I'm gonna try to build a high combo here, even though it actually doesn't do anything. Scoring in this game is entirely based on accuracy. And any song that you play, a perfect score will always be 10 million points. These chords can be tricky. That's where a lot of people who are new to this song can die. Chords, by the way, are sort of groups of two notes that are utilized to great effect in a lot of the harder songs. Alright, so this guy, I don't really know how to describe it. It's just a weird chart. There's certainly a lot of whole notes like this. One thing to note is, unlike something like Mania, sort of the accuracy given by the whole notes is not dependent on how accurately you release them. And I guess for that matter, how accurately you hit them. This part is tricky because not only do you have to be pretty accurate with the knobs, but these orange holds are also coming a little bit after the beat, so you have to delay your hit. And then this part is also pretty tricky. You have to hit these whole notes on the beat, but also turn the laser off the beat. And not bad. Alright, so this song is pretty cool. This is what's known as a knob chart. I mean, just from the name, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of knobs and a lot of very complex knob patterns. There's only, like, I think 5, 10 knob charts in Sound Voltex. This being one of the harder ones. PJ, I'd say that having things just on the beat limits you to a certain amount of, like, difficulty and complexity, which you need to sort of circumvent if you want to make harder and harder songs. Alright, this section has a lot of cross-handing. If you see at my controller cam, I'm sort of going back and forth in between the knobs. You sort of have to do this if you're also holding down a note. I know, right, Sonic? And then I lose all my gauge at the end there, because I'm bad. Alright, that's pretty solid. And I think that's it. For the last song, Twitch Chat's favorite song, Brain Power. Fun fact, while this song, or not the song, while this game didn't really start the meme, this is the game that Brain Power was, like, made for, and ultimately became popular through other things. Not Sandstorm. There isn't a chart of that, sorry. Messed that up. Grip Twitch chat. Go ahead. And with that, we close out the showcase. Well, thanks for having me, C. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that's about it. Nice lyrics, I know, right? That violin not abuse. So yeah, guess I'm about ready to stop. If C is here, which I hope he is. Question mark. Isn't in Soy's channel. So I don't know. Should I play another song? I could. Oh, hi, C.